Hello guys, this is Baker and welcome to Motorsports Review. Today we're going to look at the tips and tricks to buying your next car. In the US, 17.2 million cars are listed for sale and 39,000 cars are sold each and every day. Consumers are constantly looking for an upgrade or just something new. Today we're going to dive in to provide you the best car buying experience.
It could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
First off, you need to know what you want. To have the best car buying experience, you need to know what you're looking for. Every car is specific to a certain type of consumer, whether it's as small as a compact sedan or as big as a premium pickup truck. There's a car right for you. Now, here are some things you want to put into consideration when buying your next vehicle. Is if the vehicle has an automatic or manual transmission. For new drivers or any other drivers, I advise an automatic because it's easy to use and it's easy to understand. Whereas a manual, you're constantly switching through gears. It's really kind of hard in some moments. You could be turning and on the phone and you're gonna have a hard time switching through gears and turning at the same time. There's a possibility there could be a little fatality there. So yeah, an automatic is always useful, or a dual clutch transmission. I mean, dual clutch is sort of like a half automatic, half manual, where like you can switch in between. So if you want to use like the clutch pedals on the side, you could use those anytime, or you can just switch back to automatic and it'd be sort of what you'd be looking for. But yeah, I advise an automatic because it's much easier to understand, or a dual clutch. Those work. But a manual, it's not the greatest thing for a new driver. So yeah, unless you're very responsible and able to comprehend a manual transmission. But other than that, an automatic is sort of useful and it gives you more freedom and flexibility to do what is needed while driving. So yeah. Now, here's another thing to put into consideration. You should ask yourself, is it an all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or a front-wheel drive vehicle? All-wheel drive is best for snowy areas such as Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, or as far as Washington towards the northwest, or like states like New York in the northeast. But those are really the states where you'll really need it, because those are the areas that really get snow. Rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive are still useful, but with rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, you're not changing between that power. See, the axle isn't switching power through the wheels, it's sending all that power to the rear or the front wheel. But it's really good for if you want to get like the best fuel economy. But all-wheel drive is good for like snowy conditions or other conditions that would require you to send power in between axles. So let's say one wheel gets stuck in the snow, that power can be delivered to where the wheel really needs it. So it can differentiate. Some cars can send 100% of the power and like 0 power to the back, maybe 75 and then 25 to the back, or like 75% to the back or 25 to the front. You know, it varies on the manufacturer, but other than that, I'd say an all-wheel drive is only good for like areas where it gets snow, or if you just want something, if you want to get the greatest amount of performance, all-wheel drive can provide you that. But with rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, you're looking for like the maximum fuel economy rating. You could go for those type of vehicles. Let's say if you want a certain type of vehicle and they offer a rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, and you're lutting for something that saves a lot more gas, you might want to go for the wheel-wheel drive, front-wheel drive vehicle. So yeah, now here's another thing to put into consideration. When you're buying a car, you must put into consideration the MPG range of the vehicle. When searching for a new car, it's important to look at the MPG. What is the MPG? probably asking. The MPG is miles per gallon. The unit rate of how many miles can your vehicle can get on 1 gallon. If you're constantly commuting to work and school every day, you need a car that doesn't waste a lot of gas or electricity. If you're a student on a budget, just consider a hybrid or mid-size sedan as one of your choices. These vehicles can get up to 25 to 50 miles per gallon on average. So those are some cars to consider. I mean, even if you're just a normal person looking for a car that doesn't waste a lot of gas, you could consider other hybrids. There are like hybrid SUVs. Maybe soon in the future we'll be seeing hybrid pickup trucks, but hybrid technology really is a guarantee thing that will save you a lot of money. You could go for electric, but right about now it's a little expensive, but some are a little cheaper here and there. You won't get like the best range, but yeah, those are some things to consider. I mean, sure, you could go for a new Tesla or a Nissan Leaf, which is probably, I think, the cheapest one out there, but you could also get a plug-in hybrids to get you the best mileage per gallon per range. So yeah, those are some cars that you want to consider onto your list when you're searching for a new car. You could go for any other SUV. There are some SUVs with like rear-wheel drive that'll get you good miles per gallon. But yeah, those are some things you want to put into consideration. Now on to other things to put into consideration. You can't get good MPG rating without a good engine. Fact. When picking out a car, people often don't think about the engine. The engine is the heart of the vehicle, and you need a good engine to get good miles per gallon. That's the truth. If you're looking for a car with a good MPG, it's good to go for something with a V6, a 6-cylinder, or a 4-cylinder engine, because those are pretty good. Nothing with like superchargers and just like any other performance upgrades. Turbos are okay. Twin turbos, they're kind of iffy, but really depends on the manufacturer and the vehicle. It's also good to get a car between 100 to 300 horsepower. So it could be a V6 but have like 400 horsepower. See, that I probably let slide. 500, okay, that's a bit too much, but you know, 300 horsepower to between like 100 horsepower is okay, and you should be getting the maximum amount of fuel economy. No bigger engines or like performance upgrades such as like superchargers, because those type of engines are like a little tempting. You'll be running on a lot of fuel. You'll be it's very tempting. I mean, it's fast, you know. They also could be a cause of an accident because you'll be speeding in such a way, and you could just hit someone fatally, or you know, they'll raise your insurance premium. So if you want to go with something a little less and much more cheaper, I guess it'd be good to go for the V4. We don't really call it the V4, a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder engine. So now some other things you're probably at home like, man, this 14-year-old kid sounds like my mom, man, and he's just here to ruin my life. But the truth is, there's many nice 4-door cars with V6s that aren't like crazy with superchargers and all that. Just look at the Genesee G70. Now, if you don't know what the G70 is, it's Genesee's like entry-level sedan. And let's just say that thing is also a performance sedan if you'd like to consider it. Mileage and pricing. The two things that people never consider. Literally no one ever considers mileage or pricing. When you're buying a new car, it's important to check the mileage, especially because a new car should be above 0 miles. If a car is at 0 miles and it's new, it's best to stay away from it. But still, it's important to look at the mileage, because if a vehicle is at 0 miles, that may determine that the vehicle wasn't tested, and every vehicle needs to be tested so that they know if it's good or not. Otherwise, it could be a hazard, you know. Some things could be going on with the vehicle without you knowing. So usually dealerships or manufacturers would test the vehicles about a couple miles, maybe 100, like up to 100 miles. That's why usually on new vehicles you would see like some at like 30 miles, 53 miles, probably 100 miles, you know, 300 miles if they really want to do a good test. But yeah, it's important to see if the vehicle was tested so that it's safe for you to drive. When you're buying a new car, it's important to check the mileage. For used cars, any vehicle with a mileage at or above 60,000 miles should be probably removed off your list, sort of. Because, well, those vehicles are out of warranty, and when those vehicles are out of warranty, you'll be paying out of pocket instead of the manufacturer paying for like stuff that broke naturally. Now, warranty doesn't cover things that like cars in accidents. Otherwise, half of these companies would probably be bankrupt at this point. But yeah, it's good to consider the warranty. The warranty covers parts that break during the duration of the vehicle, and without it you'll be paying out of pocket, so it really saves you money. In some instance, warranty could be useless if you're driving your car 60,000 miles, but some manufacturers offer 100,000 miles of warranty, such as Kia, on some of their vehicles. Yeah, those are but you should really consider the mileage if you're talking about like owning this car for a while, you know, or if you're owning the car for a long term. Like if you're owning this car above 60,000 miles, you should consider getting a warranty. Now you're probably wondering, what about pricing? If there's two cars, one that's Chevy 2017 Chevy Impala that's like 20,000, has about 25,000 miles on it, and a 2009 Mercedes S-Class that's about 20,000 and has over 100,000 miles, you should just go for the Impala. I mean, some people like to stick with big name brands and all these features and all that, but really, a lot of people, from time to time, people don't think about the future and often go for cars that could bring them problems. You should not risk going for a car that's above 100,000 miles and are not reliable. Remember that the newer, the lower the mileage, the lower the price, the bigger the amount of space, the better. That's important to remember, because if you could get that, like what I said, the newer, the lower the mileage, the lower the price, the bigger the amount of space, the better. That could help you in terms of buying your next car. So yeah, so those are the tips I had for you guys. And yeah. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and then comment maybe what's gonna be your first car, or what car you plan on buying. But yeah, that's it, a wrap for today's video. Like I said, please like, subscribe, and comment what you think your first car might be. This is Up Baker, and welcome to Motorsports Review. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Alright.